All right, boys. Lights, camera, action. From the Ugly Parrot Studios in Newcastle, California, the Luma Cigar Cartel presents Beyond the Humidor, a cigar podcast for the rest of us. Welcome back. Scott Robinson with you for another edition of Beyond the Humidor. Are we a little more eager than we were like a couple of episodes ago? One of our listeners reached out to me and he said, you know, you guys had me cracking up because when you were like talking to your co-host and they just sounded like, whatever. And I'd say, yeah, you guys are a bunch of eager motherfuckers.
Who was this?
Actually a guy I met on a cruise when we went to Bermuda.
Oh, okay.
His wife.
Well, thank you, whoever you are, for listening, because Scott forgot your name.
I did not forget his name. It's Christopher.
Christopher, thank you for reaching out.
Jeez.
You have to remember, we record these Monday afternoon, so we just experienced Monday.
And we haven't even had a drink yet.
When were you going to have a drink?
Well, I forgot it, so not today.
It's leap year.
Yeah.
Hey, Larry, how you doing?
Fabulous.
Fabulous. How about you, Gregory?
Can't complain yet.
Now, unfortunately, we do not have the gorilla camera, but we can say, excuse me, damn it. Sorry, the Anthony camera. Anthony, how you doing?
Oh, what a day not to have the camera. That'd be my fault, by the way.
So much has happened since last we recorded that I don't even remember. Did I roll my ankle before we recorded last? Or was
Yes.
that okay?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
How is the ankle, by the way?
I didn't go on the backpacking trip this weekend just out of an abundance of caution, but other than that, it's all right. It's still a little tender if I try to go do anything crazy with it, but it'll be fine in another week.
I hate the fact that we don't have the camera because I'm digging the damn sunglasses. I'm not even talking shit. Cool ass sunglasses, man.
We'll have to get a picture of him before he goes so I can put it on the screen when he's talking.
These are the same ones I was wearing on the road trip. So if anyone saw any of the road trip pictures, that same thing.
Yeah, he's looking like a albino African warlord. I like it.
So just a warlord.
Yeah.
So you're from South Africa, huh?
Wow.
South African.
Oh my! What we got on tap for this week?
Got a couple things. So we got some news, a little bit. We got a nice cigar provided by one of our listeners and new blog entry out on the art of the retrohale. Few things here and there. So today's featured cigar is the My Father Le Bijou 1922 in a Petit Robusto. It's a cute little fella.
That's a lot of fucking words.
Right. Cigars today are provided by Tommy Elledge with Traveling with Cigars, and we're actually smoking them for two reasons. He wanted us to join him in recognition, one, of his wife's passing, which was February. And on that note, one of the things that his wife, Lelani, did was she was working before she passed to get the Animal Protections Act in the state of Idaho passed, right? So it took them another 3 years, but they did get it passed. So it was done, passed the House and the Senate and all that jazz in Idaho in about 17 days. It came rather through quickly. So what it does is it guarantees animals and their owners are guaranteed the right to do their jobs that they are learning to, trained to do, bred to do, or anything like that. There are other states, such as the Communist People's Republic of Kim Jong-un, also known as Oregon, that are trying to ban working animals, and they're going so far as to ban working animals, ban hunting, ban fishing, ban artificially inseminating animals. I mean, the law just goes into ridiculous bullshit. Okay, go ahead.
Was that the one where it's like they considered it like
cow rape
if you inseminated a cow without the cow's consent?
That is correct.
So when it happens, do they take the cow in a room and have like a little stuffed cow and ask it where did it hurt you?
No, they have a little stuffed human. Where did it hurt you? Yeah, no, it's in typical Democratic, liberal, stupid, dumb fuck, and for all you liberals out there, yes, I do feel this way, fashion, they are writing a law that's absolutely not needed. Because think about this. If they were an independent country, and you can't breed animals. How are you supposed to get beef, chicken, pork to feed your people? You're going to import this from a country and or state that does at exorbitant cost? You can't catch fish or hunt to feed yourselves. So for the state of Idaho, it's a really good a really good law to protect basic rights for all of us, to be able to hunt, to fish, to grow our own food ad nauseum. I mean, it goes so far in the state of Oregon that a dog that is trained to do work for a disabled person, a service dog, can't do their freaking job. I mean, how stupid can you get?
Well, it is Oregon.
It is true.
Yeah.
So
My favorite are the people that are like, bees did not consent to the taking of their honey. Bees are the closest animal that can give consent. If the bee colony does not like the way that the beekeeper keeps the hive, you know what the bees fucking do?
leave.
They quite literally give their consent. You mean we have to give a portion of the honey we make to this giant two-legged deity that protects our hive? Okay.
Right?
That's a deal. We'll make that. We'll make
So-
that deal.
All right.
Can't make that deal in Oregon, though.
No, apparently not. So, yeah, this was the cigar that they smoked when they did Lelani's Celebration of Life, and Tommy was kind enough to send 4 of them down here for us to share. So before we get into what it's made of, let's take a quick moment, gents, and send some good smoke up.
Let's do that. Thank you, Tommy.
Now, this cigar is obviously a Petit Robusto, right into your wheelhouse, Scott, because
yes.
you're trending toward the smaller cigars nowadays. It is a Habano Oscuro wrapper with a Nicaraguan binder and filler. This is a full-strength cigar. I can't remember the last time I've had this one, but the My Father line is one of the ones that I truly enjoy. It does become a problem that we can't get them in California easily, which is actually getting worse for another reason entirely. But, you know, it's a great cigar, good flavor profile, nice and strong, if a strong cigar is what you're looking for. So it's one that I really enjoy.
I was going to ask you what your thoughts are on it.
You know, the initial light, on the way up here, I smoked your Rocky Patel Cameroon, so that's sort of a medium body. But this one, without Dominican in there, there's no really forward pepper note to it. But it does have a very strong, earthy, I'd almost go dark. You know, we were talking last episode about, Hershey's Special Dark Chocolate. That's what this reminds me of also.
Okay.
This one's got a more, I'm not using burnt in a bad way, but this one has a more over roasted, as in the way Starbucks does their coffee, note to it.
Yeah, because when you mention that, it's a good thing.
Right? So it's not a negative thing. This just has, for people that like a really dark, strong coffee, this cigar really, I think, pairs well for that because it mimics that quite well.
Yeah, this is a good morning coffee cigar for sure.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, on first light, yeah, it was strong. It lets you know it's there, but not in a bad way. It just, you've got a strong cigar, so it'll go great with a black coffee if that's your thing.
Yep. I like a little cream in mine, but yes.
Yeah. How about you, Anthony? What are your thoughts?
Very, very similar to your guys's. I got a little bit of a spice or something right on that very first, like,
The
eighth
first,
of an inch,
back
like
of
the
the throat.
very first.
Yeah, that first light, that first inhale,
Yeah.
you get a little bit of a pepper, but then it's gone.
Yeah, I was worried because I'm like, ooh, if this is gonna be the first half of the cigar, it's gonna be rough. But yeah, it was like 1 or 2 puffs and that was gone. But yeah, same thing. The chocolate, the kind of roasted, not kind of. You were saying it's like you want to say burnt or charred, but not in a bad way. It's just that something that's been toasted, heavily toasted.
Yes.
Like barbecue char.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like barbecue char. You want that when you make a hot link, you want that char on the hot link, the barbecue sauce caramelizing into the hot link. That's good stuff.
Absolutely.
So, I've got a quick swag report for you gentlemen.
Do tell.
Anthony, I may need some help from you. Do you remember the name of that new store that opened up?
You know what? Maddie asked me earlier, and I can't think of it. Give me a second. I might be able to find out.
So, yesterday was the Newcastle Celebration Day here in little town square in Newcastle.
And awesome. I love it. I just need to jump. It is one of my favorite local things that happens.
Yeah, the little Newcastle Community Association does a great job putting it on. Great participation. A lot of people come out. Our buddy, Anthony and I's buddy, John Gilmore, that purchased and is restoring the rest of those fruit sheds, has a new renter in there in the place. And Sherry and I went in yesterday and did a little looking around, a little shopping. Sherry acquired a new bird feeder for her collection as an early anniversary present. But one thing that they have, and I don't know why I didn't get a picture of this, I will go back up and get a picture. They have hoof ashtrays.
Okay.
Antelope hoof ashtrays.
I like it.
Both front and rear hooves.
Is that kind of like similar to what you had for the...
I still have my
water
buffalo hoof. One of only 4 ever made. They're a tad bit pricey.
I'm sure they are.
But they are pretty damn cool. So I will get a picture of said hoof ashtray that we'll post on the website. And if anybody out there in listening land feels compelled, I will put you in contact with the shop owner, and she does ship. So, but they are pretty cool.
All right.
A hoof ashtray. That's just
I'll
cool.
I'll get back to you. I'm asking John right now. I just can't think of it off the top of my head.
Well, and I got receipt emailed to me, and I meant to leave it up in my inbox so I could find it on my phone real easy, and I didn't do that either. So,
Yeah, it's all right.
Much like everything else we do. And we're not prepared. So, there we go.
Oops, I did it. Sorry. No.
You're forgiven.
Okay. Anyway, what else we got on tap?
If it please the Crown, His Royal Highness, emphasis on ass, the Governor of California has deemed it to lower the tobacco tax rate in the state. The tax rate currently stands at 54.27% and will lower to 51.8% on July 1st. That is an average savings of $16 per cigar. The Crown is very generous. Fuck you, Gavin Newsom.
Wait, the math don't
stop,
math.
Stop. The guy's a fucking accountant, too. That's 16 cents a cigar, you jackass.
That's what I said, 16 cents.
No,
you said $16.
Oh, 16 cents per cigar.
Goddamn way my $10 cigar is going to be 60. That's some
-6.
That's some Donald Trump 600% discount on your meds math there, buddy.
It might work. But 16, okay, so 16
Only
cents.
if you're one of the first 3 subscriber.
Can you believe, though? I mean, 16 freaking cents. Thank you, Newsom. That's just fabulous. We already got the second highest tax rate, actually third highest tax rate now in the country.
Oh, hey, take that 16 cents and you can buy a thimbles full of gasoline.
I was about to say
Amen.
the 16 cents off the cigar tax and the 18 cents off the federal gas tax. I might be able to buy a house next week. God damn, I'm excited. Woo!
I think I'll go
We're
to
from
the
the
movies
government and we're here to
by
help.
myself. Thank
Welcome
you,
to the
Governor
insanity.
Newsom.
Update. De Wild House Antiques. Capital D-E, capital W-I-L-D-E, H-A-U-S. De Wild House.
Thank you.
Very cool little I went and talked to them after you guys had left because I wandered down that way and wanted to check it out. Very cool people. Very cool family.
Super nice people. They got some really cool, eclectic stuff in there. Cutlery, kitchen stuff, housewares, all kinds of cool shit.
Groovy.
Little bit of Martha Stewart meets like farmhouse meets the foothills. Very
Meets
cool
Duck
vibe.
Dynasty.
No, not so much. Not quite that way. No,
Okay.
no. Not the redneck route.
The stuffed animals they had on the
Tasteful.
wall, I don't think are
I
for
was
sale.
thinking along the line of rustic. I wasn't thinking redneck. Just kind of rustic.
a little bit
farm.
rustic.
Yeah.
And they immediately ingratiated themselves to me because their gift to the landlords, who are also in the scout troop, were old 1938 BSA merit badge cards, like that were filled out by a scout. And I'm like, okay, you're officially cool. And apparently they have some old scout patches and vests and stuff that look like they may have come from my troop from back in like the 40s.
That's really
so
cool.
I'm like, you guys are now my best friends, and
Wow.
how much do you want?
Right on.
So, yeah, very cool.
All right, Greg, what else we got?
We have some cigar news to go over.
Okay.
It figures you would ask me that question right in the middle of looking for something else. I don't know if you guys will remember this, or our listeners for that matter. A couple of months ago, we talked about Hoot & Young. They're a newer cigar manufacturer out right now. I've had a couple of their cigars from the Rocky Mountain cigar bags.
Okay.
Good cigars so far. They are announcing America's favorite pairing, whiskey and cigars. Today, they announced the release of Constitution Hull Reserve, an ultra-rare American whiskey made to commemorate 250 years of American independence. With only 250 bottles ever being produced, each individually numbered, this will be one of the most historically significant and limited whiskey releases ever brought to the market. And Norm from Hoot & Young, every one of them carries more than whiskey. So Constitution Hull Reserve was barreled on Veterans Day, November 11th, 2006, the 88th anniversary of the 1911 armistice that ended World War I, a deliberate act of reverence from the very first day. Whiskey is then allowed to mature patiently, undisturbed, for more than 19 years until it reached the depth and character that only time can impart.
Wait, whoa, stop. The armistice of World War I was what?
November 11th, 88 years prior to 2006.
Okay, yeah, I was like, wait a
That's
minute.
too much math for me to do in my head.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
But they bottled it 88 on the 88th anniversary.
Damn public school
It was
system.
1918 when November 11th of 1918.
Thank you. I thought you said something about 1906, and I was like, what?
No, 2006.
Okay, I
No,
understand. Sorry.
the math does math.
Okay.
My brain went, wait, 80 years, that would be end of World War II, but no, it was 20 years ago.
Right. What sets this release apart is the extraordinary finishing process. In the final stage of aging, the whiskey was entrusted with a piece of southern live oak, once used in the construction of the USS Constitution. Very interesting.
Yeah.
America's oldest commissioned warship. The vessel is known to history as Old Ironsides. The same oak chosen over 2 centuries ago for the legendary strength and resilience helped carry the young nation through its earliest trials at sea. Today, it imparts its legacy directly into every drop of the whiskey. Each bottle is accompanied by a certificate of stewardship signed by Hoot & Young founder, U.S. Army Master Sergeant retired Norm Hooten. The certificate reflects the brand's philosophy to acquiring a bottle of Constitution Hull Reserve is not simply a purchase. It's an act of custodianship. And I quote, "What you hold is not simply an American whiskey." The certificate reads, "It is a convergence of time, craft, and history." The short story goes, it is 19 years old, barreled Veterans Day, November 11, 2006, 138.6 proof, 69.3% alcohol by volume, 99% corn, 1% barley on the mash build. It's classified as an ultra-rare American whiskey. Finishing of Southern Live Oak from the USS Constitution Old Ironside. It is a 750 ml bottle, 250 available, individually numbered. MSRP. Gentlemen, would you like to wager a guess?
Only
$6,000.
Yeah, about to say there's only 250. Yeah, no, I don't want to.
12,500.
You $799.
Oh,
shit.
okay.
It is available online from sealbacks.com. There's a link to that if you wish to try and purchase it on LoomisCigarCartel.com.
Well, you
Click
know
the
it's-
cigar news link.
You know what's going to happen, though,
It's
right?
gone already by now.
Yeah, it's gone already. And that $700 and some odd dollars, yeah, it's going to be $12,000.
Online in secondary market.
Yeah, in the
yes.
secondary market. So,
Right? Hoot & Young again secures a U.S. design patent for the cartridge featured in the Ma Deuce cigar selection. This does require a visual for those of you that watch on YouTube. For those of you that don't, get on YouTube, get over to Beyond the Humidor, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell button so you know when my lazy ass posts things up there.
Hell yeah.
One of the world's only patented cigar shapes, Hoot & Young announces the cartridge, bringing American heritage, premium tobacco, and unmistakable visual identity to the premium cigar market.
I already love it. I'm already picturing it in my mind. And
I am
love it.
too.
Yes, so the issue patent covers the ornamental design of a cigar as shown in the picture here. It literally looks like a 50 cal cartridge.
Fuck yeah.
Y'all gonna be pissed if it looks like a lipstick.
Right? But yeah,
You know,
so
that's very possible. Hang
It
on.
could be worse, Lawrence.
Yeah, well,
the patent lists Hoot & Young LLC as the applicant and confirms a 15-year design patent term for the protected design. The Ma Deuce cigar selection pays tribute to the legendary Browning M2 50 caliber machine gun, one of the longest-serving weapons in the United States military arsenal.
Very nice.
that's cool.
It's modeled after the iconic 50 cal bullet. This patented cartridge-shaped, medium-bodied cigar is more than a smoke. It's a battle-hardened symbol of American might. Someone say the word for me, please.
With-
What?
America. Say it
America,
right.
America.
Thank you.
America, God damn it.
I hate that word, but you guys can say it properly. Okay, so let's talk about the cigar itself, okay? The cigar, the company emphasizes that the patent represents a collaborative design effort which innovates, blah, 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 blah. Continue to read the rest of the article if y'all want. The Ma Deuce cigar,
You're
okay?
just a trough of information, aren't you?
Subscribe for the deepest dives on cigar news.
Right? So the
Blah, blah, blah. Moving on.
The Ma Deuce cigar selection blends detailed size. It is 6.5 by 60. It's an Ecuadorian Habano over a Mexican San Andreas for the wrapper. The binder and filler are Nicaraguan. It's a medium body. They plan to incorporate the patented cartridge design into brand storytelling, retail education, consumer events, and future product information. The cigar looks great. Pictures will follow on YouTube.
Whoa. Okay. That's cool.
Did you go look it up on our website?
I pulled it up.
It's cool, isn't it?
That actually is kind of cool.
Yeah. That company is, I think they're going to be a
Hold
cigar
on, let me see it again.
It basically looks like
Yeah.
your standard Robusto, but the cap has a very, very distinct taper. It
Yeah.
does look like
Yes.
a 50 cal
Yes, it
cartridge.
does.
It's very
and
cool.
I'm going to keep my comment to myself. But that's very nice. That's what I'm going to say. It's very nice.
Trust me, Craig and I were cracking jokes at home.
Yeah. Doc Johnson might have beat them to the patent.
Right? All right.
Lord, you okay?
No, I'm not.
So the Premium Cigar Association, as we know, successfully concluded their annual PCA Trade Show 2026. It was April 17th through the 20th in New Orleans. There were over 2,500 retailers showed up, 970 retail accounts, 5,900 attendees over the 4-day event. It was a great show. They did a couple of things. There's a new book out by Nick Hammond called Around the World in 80 Cigars, The American Dream. We talked about that many episodes ago when it first came out. Cigar Aficionado was there along with a lot of other people. Funny, though, I didn't see a lot of coverage on Facebook this year, and I'm wondering if that is Facebook starting to screw with the cigar industry again.
Well, could it be the fact that PCA has also cut back on the number of douche canoes that they let in on a media pass?
Well, yeah, because you had when we went, there were a lot of influencers, and I've got nothing against influencers. My problem comes in where you get the influencers who want to come in and interrupt business, as we've talked about, or on the prowl for free shit.
Right.
Those are my two main bitches. If you're just there to report report the event and talk to people when they have a minute, because some people tend to forget, PCA is for the cigar manufacturers and the buyers of various shops to do business to buy cigars.
Right.
It's an industry event, not a Comic-Con.
Right.
But that's like the closest.
You hit the
parallel.
nail on the head.
Well,
the old Kentucky Herf, Rocky Mountain, those are your go
Consumer
hang
events.
out, consume, schmooze, all that.
Right.
Right. Speaking of, that was Hoot & Young. The event for Rocky Mountain still has not sold out yet. There are still chances to get tickets if you're so inclined to go.
What about the VIPs and such? Are those all sold out?
Sold out.
Okay.
VIP
Gone.
was sold out when I checked.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
day 4.
That's unusual.
It was. Well, see, this is what I think. So I posted an article on the Cigar News page a week or so ago on, why that they changed the events. There's two main reasons. Okay, the taxation in Colorado being number one, and the communist California-esque laws that have gone into effect over the last 5 years on smoking, where you can do it, how you can do it. So pretty much they went, well, fuck you.
Well, also the liquor issue. I don't know if that was a state issue or that was the hotel trying to
Both.
wet their beak,
Both.
so to say.
That's a both, because the state didn't put in restrictions in that if you wanted to pour, you had to have a bartender in there to pour. You couldn't pour it yourself as the vendor, which is stupid. And the hotel wanted you to do, if you weren't doing business with them as a vendor, they didn't want you in there outside, which is why Graham and Catherine haven't been there the last few years. But in talking to Graham and Catherine, they are trying to set up to be able to attend this year, so they should be out there.
Oh, nice.
I've also heard rumors of another cigar company that we like potentially being out there. I cannot release that name yet because nothing's set in stone, but there is potential for a new one to join the Rocky Mountain. It's one of those where, if you think about it, this is where thinking of anti everything thinking gets in the way. You're talking an event. Larry, what do you think conservatively Broomfield and the surrounding areas did? At least 4 or 5 million on that weekend?
Easily.
Probably closer to 8 or 10 million.
So you really said fuck off to an $8 to $10 million event because you don't like smoking and you don't like drinking? Really? I mean, that's a great boom for the businesses in the area. Also, I've had some very bad news now that I think about it.
Okay.
A restaurant that we enjoyed many times that we've been out there.
No.
Yes. PJ's has not shut down and gone out of business, but they are transforming to a coffee shop, not a breakfast joint.
Wow. That just sucks rocks.
Good food was had by all.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and I get it too. Food costs are ridiculous, but it is what it is. So it's one of those things where you rip 10 million, we'll say 10 million roughly, away from Broomfield and the surrounding areas because people were staying in hotels within 30 miles. They were staying in Denver. They were staying in Broomfield, Louisville, all of them.
Oh, no doubt.
To go to the event. And now we're going to move it to a little ant fart of a town in a state with a population of 600,000 people, but we're going to Cheyenne, Wyoming, to the Little America Resort.
And I think I said this 1 or 2 episodes ago. Not to poo-poo Cheyenne. It's a cool little town. It's a little town. It is. I mean, I don't know this for sure. It's one of the smallest state capitals because it's a suburb of Denver. It's not even its own. It's not far enough away to be its own thing. It's tiny. I was struggling to I don't want to say convince Ethan, but when we were looking at going, which I'm not anymore, but that's for a whole other set of reasons because it's expensive to get there. But I was like, well, okay, the event's on Saturday, and then what the fuck else are we going to do?
Yeah.
Well, and you hit on something that's very unique for this time of this year's event. We kind of have the perfect storm of how to make shit expensive. Okay, you've got fuel prices are skyrocketing. That's also in the airline industry too. My flight to get to Boise and back is $150 more than usual. So it's the fuel costs, and the fuel costs come in a variety of ways. You've got flights, you've got people that are driving. I mean, Terrence Riley, who is part of Argonosa, posted today that he is going to see everybody there. They're going to release a cigar that's just for the event itself, which I'm looking forward to if I can get a hold of him. And he's actually going to stay in Denver and drive the 90 miles to Cheyenne because there's just so little space. So I still think that Denver is going to get some revenue out of it because I don't think Cheyenne has the hotel facilities to take 3,500 people.
No.
But
and you can tell, I can tell that they're already seeing that. So little behind the scenes. 2 weeks ago, I did all the math with the current gas prices and pitched it to Ethan. And unfortunately, we both decided that for the amount it would cost us to go, it was going to cost me as much to go out there and back in 4 days that it took to go to Kansas and back in 10.
Yeah.
That's just the math. The math wasn't mathing, but I could tell just based on the Super 8 motel, the same one that I stayed at.
Funny, that's where we're staying.
Yeah, you told me. The same Super 8, I could already tell based on the price that they're starting to fill up. Like they know there's an event that weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Tommy and I got a reasonable price on the hotel room. So, and that's the other thing too. I wasn't planning on going this year, but I'm doing it for you people right there in camera land and audio land, because new venue, new reporting. Let's see what this is going to be about. The other reason is Tommy, as some of you don't know, we all do here. Tommy's on his third battle with cancer and going through chemo again. And I don't want the old man to go alone. So I'm going to go have a fun weekend with him and have a good time and see how that goes.
I'm curious to see in the after action report. I'm curious how, not just the change of venue, but
Because they're tight.
Pardon me.
It's already $2 more a gallon in gas, plus, and that translates to tickets for airlines. If in another month from now it's average $3 more a gallon than it was a year ago, is that going to make people just eat the $250 they bought a ticket and go, it's not worth the $400, $500, $600, $700 and get, however much they're driving or flying from?
I think that's absolutely the potential. Like I said, I booked my tickets to fly, and I chose.
You can fly into Cheyenne, but you've got to fly into a hub and then take a regional.
You fly to Denver to a regional, and there's only one airline that flies into Cheyenne. That's United.
Yep.
So the round trip ticket for me to fly in and out of Cheyenne was in January $600. Now
that was before the war.
That's before the
God, when you say that, you say
police
I remember
action
before the war.
But now it's almost $800.
Yep.
And my round trip ticket to Boise, because I'm gonna fly to Boise. Tommy and I are gonna drive to Cheyenne. Then we're gonna drive back to Boise, and I'm gonna fly home. That round trip ticket normally, first class on Alaska, costs me $400. Right? I'm now flying the cheapest route, Saver, and it's still $400. So gas prices for aviation fuel have become ridiculously high.
I did the whole Kansas trip for about $2,200 with the event tickets and hotels, even splitting some of the gas and some of the hotel and the ticket with Ethan. It was going to come to over $2,500, $2,600.
And see
And that's just not worth, even with the better gas mileage on the truck, even with making it 2 long driving days instead of 3 shorter ones, like even pulling out cutting the trip down to the bare minimum of going out and coming back, I couldn't make it work.
No, and that's where
That's unfortunate.
the last time we did this as a group was 2022.
Thereabouts.
And I think we all got there and back for about $1,400 a piece, not counting our expenses for.
And that's not bad.
No.
That's not bad for a fun weekend.
And last year's, my expense was about 21 if you count travel, food, all that. Not unreasonable. But we're getting to the point now where, next year is definitely going to be a consideration depending on how much stuff costs.
Yeah.
Well, the good news about PCA, I believe they are going to be back in Las Vegas next year.
Correct. In
So,
March.
Yeah. So, like I said, hotel, not a problem.
I beg your pardon. My allergies are killing me with this wind.
Oh, yeah. Mine too. Over the weekend and hell this
Yep.
morning. Shit.
So,
Oof.
let's do a cigar check-in before we do this next article here. What are you guys' thoughts so far? Because we're about halfway through.
I like it.
You're almost to the nub.
Yeah, I'm practically at the nub. So, no, really good cigar. Gets a little stronger as you get closer and closer to the nub, but still, delightful smoke. Still has packed with flavor, of course.
Right.
But it's not so strong where it's like, and I know we always compare it to an LFD chisel. Nothing like that.
Right.
But it is packed with some flavor. You can tell you are smoking a, stronger cigar.
Yeah.
But even with all that flavor and strength, it's still very easy to smoke. It's not,
100%.
It's not like it doesn't feel like a chore at all.
Yeah.
Now, did it heat up? Because you're farther along than I am. Did it heat up? Is it burning a little hotter?
Yes.
Now that it's that short?
It's definitely burning a little hotter.
Yeah.
Well, that might be its little ring gauge, too, that's doing that, because it's not a true 50.
Yeah.
But
And just a fun point of a note, I'm drinking an Arnold Palmer Arizona iced tea, and that little bit of citrus with the dark of the cigar, I like it. That's a good. I don't know if that's a common pairing, but get you something. Get you some sort of citrusy
this is a
cocktail
good screwdriver.
Yes.
Cigar.
There
Yeah,
you go.
Little vodka OJ there.
Oh, yeah.
all right, so
Pardon me.
I
Ooh,
found
bro.
this article from our friends at Cigar Press magazine. And if you guys would like to read the article that we're going to reference, it will be on the website. It will be on LumaCigarCartel.com under the cigar news section when this episode publishes. So this article is titled Newbie Gadgets and Things You May Want to Avoid. So let's go through these little thingies and see what you guys think.
Oh, the little cigar doodads.
Yeah, and things like that. So the first part of the article talks about humidors I would avoid. Now, I kind of have to agree on this first one, even though I have one of these. Okay? The biggest thing is the pro tip says, whatever you do, don't put your cigars in the fridge. It definitely won't keep them fresh. It will dry them out, which is true. But there was a technique that was told to me by a manufacturer that if you want to get cigars to plume, you leave them in their original cedar boxes, put them in your freezer for 24 hours, and then put them, once they come out of the freezer, put them in your humidor and leave them in there for several months, and they should plume. I've not tried it, but nor am I endorsing it. But if someone wants to try that and let us know what happens, go for it. Do it with something you don't mind losing. In case it
Yeah, a
fucks up.
box of Placencia are not going into the freezer.
No, right? Okay, so obviously we know there are a ton of different humidors, whether they be wood, plastic, metal, glass-topped cabinets, whatever. I have a glass-fronted stand-up humidor, as do you, and as
Yes.
yours too, right? You have a desktop.
Yep.
Not glass-topped.
And I don't want to call it a thrift store find, but it's an old one of yours.
Yeah.
And it's where, and that was, I don't think I've shared this. My birthday gift to Ethan one year was going through a thrift shop. I stopped and went, that's a humidor. And they had it on sale for $10 as like just a little
Curio
chest,
box?
like a curio box. And I'm like, that's a humidor. That's all cedar on the inside. So that was, and it was beat up, but it's like, yeah, I'm assuming this is going don't buy a $700 glass front.
No, this one is going, don't buy a glass-top humidor. This is what they say.
Okay. Let's
Okay.
hear it.
And this comes partly from a Bovida interview. The humidors are usually the cheapest. They are found everywhere. But honestly, I've never found these to be efficient, and they have always provided more work than they're worth. The biggest issues I have found, being the author of the article, is that the seal allows light in, and the seal also allows more air in. You will be refining your sponges, replacing with Bovida packs, and using those is what you should be doing. I have to agree with them on glass-fronted or glass-topped units. Unless you are willing to spend the time and seal the glass, embed the glass in food-grade silicone, it's going to leak, and it does let light in, both of which are not conducive for your cigars. In both Scott's and Larry's, in my case, it's a large unit. It's got a forced, powered humidification unit in it. We all use the Cigar Oasis 3.0. That alone will counteract your problem with it leaking air. It forces 65% humidity or whatever you set it at, so that negates that problem. Where I do agree with them on is that it lets a lot of light in. And if your cigars are in a room where they get direct sunlight, or they're in a room much like where you had it when it was in your office,
Yes.
where the temperature fluctuates, that creates problems with your cigars. It can lead to improper humidification and they crack. So that being said, I have one. When I got it from the fellow I got it from, I took the time and I embedded the glass window in food grade silicone, so it's sealed. I also keep mine farthest away from the window. It's in a climate controlled front room. It works very well. So do I think glass top, tabletop humidors? I agree with them entirely. Not a chance in hell.
And
But-
remember, notice how he's saying food grade silicone every time, not epoxy. epoxy off gases.
Not,
And it will continue to off gas.
and I don't want regular silicone caulking that you would use to seal a window or anything like that either, because it's going to do the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
Food-grade
do not-
silicone is specifically made for things that you ingest, and that cigars counts as that.
Absolutely.
So,
Now, before you continue on
Sure.
that, as far as the glass top goes, I mean, if you use food grade silicone and you have it in a darker room, so say you have a cigar room that you don't have windows in,
or a closet.
yeah, or you have like your cigar library, if you will, and you use it. I don't think it's going to be a bad thing, because I don't think that artificial light is going to.
Right. The benefit to a glass top humidor, and I love having mine, as probably you two do too, I can see them.
Yes.
You can backlight that thing with some little LED lights, and you can see your sticks. You don't have to open the freaking humidor every day to enjoy looking at your cigars. You can look through the glass, right? So there are benefits there, but when you think about those benefits, you also must worry about your storage and storing those properly. The next thing they talk about are sponges, and what they mean is the floral foam systems that generate humidity in your system. They're called passive systems. They don't have a power takeoff, and they're not using fans to push humidity out. There is the best cigar humidification system on the market. They do not pay us to say this, but we all use them for our regular humidors. Boveda, PAX.
Yeah.
They release humidor. They are passive systems. They release humidity when it goes below their chosen dial, whether it's 70, 68, or 65. They absorb humidity when it goes too high. They're the best system on the market. If you do it in a sealed box, I have 2 Husky airtight totes that have a seal on them. I use them to store excess boxes. I have had the same 6 Boveda packs in there, the big 300-gram units,
Right.
for 2.5 years, and they are still perfectly supple.
Wow.
They have not dried out, and the box is holding its humidity perfectly.
Hell yeah.
I never open it unless I need to get something out of it. So there are options that work. But the sponge systems in general don't work very well. Don't waste your money. You're investing a lot of money in cigars. Invest a lot of money in how you keep them. That's just the name of the game.
And by a lot of money, it's how much is it for a Boveda pack? Like
$10 to $15 usually.
yeah, it's so it
Actually, no.
It's the cost of an additional
Usually
cigar.
$6.
Yeah,
if I remember right.
Yeah, get 2 of them. Just add another cigar to your total for that day, and you're good for, again, if you got a good humidor that seals, you're good for fucking
5 or 6
months.
Months. Well, here's the other thing too to think about when you say that. You said buy 2. That's absolutely great. The Boveda system, you could buy 2, 3, or 4. If the humidor only requires 2, which is the average 50 count, 2 Boveda packs, you can put 4 in there, because they're never going to release more than their given denomination. If it says 70%, they'll hold at 70%. They're literally one of the best things on the market.
My suggestion.
Hold your hands up and smile for me, please. All right, we're good. All right.
He's down.
My advice would be to buy them in bulk. Go on Amazon, buy like a 10-pack of Boveda packs. That way, the overall cost of each one will be considerably less, and they are actually each individual one is in its own wrapper, so they're not going to go bad, right? If you just have them sitting there, but you have them readily available if something should go south, or you're just like, oh crap, I forgot about it, and you feel that Boveda pack, and it's like hard. It's like, ooh, you need another one, my friend.
Yep.
And you can swap them out with ease. I usually keep about anywhere from 5 to 10 extra Boveda packs in my drawer in my office. So if I need one, I can just, snatch it, throw it in there, and I'm good.
Yep.
And inevitably, you're going to see someone say, you can rehydrate them. Don't
do that.
Just chuck them and buy new ones. That's what they're not diamonds. You
can
try
afford them.
Don't try to
skimp.
rehydrate them.
Yeah, don't try to skimp. Say, oh, I could save a little bit of money. It's just not worth it.
Oh, no, yeah, just rehydrate them. Throw them in your toilet tank for a couple of days. Pull them out,
So what if they're blue?
Dry them off with that dirty rag you checked your oil with and put it back in your humidor. You'll be fine.
At that point, just put the wet rag in the humidor. It'll,
Yeah.
Oh, day 40, 40 weight. Okay, I don't agree with this one. but I'm going to bring it up anyway. A good cutter will go a long way. This is one item I would recommend splurging on from the get-go. Thankfully, there are a lot of great cutters out there that won't break the bank. Yes and no. I think that, yes, do we want to splurge on a good cutter? I have my Mr. Boggs safety cutter because I particularly like that one. It's got a closed back and does the perfect cut every time, just like Anthony's. Scott's got a Cigar. Larry's got a couple of different options normally. So
I won't lie. I do not need a better cutter than this. Hold yours up, Greg, because I don't have a camera. You do not need. That is, to me, it's solid. It's made all of metal. It's got a nice weight to it. It does what it's supposed to do really well. You do not need gold inlay, hoity-toity. This or a cheapo plastic one that they have at the counter, they're fine.
Right.
They're perfectly fine.
And you know these solid metal cutters, when they get dirty, you know how you clean them?
Dishwasher.
Yeah, exactly. You run it through a cycle in the dishwasher. It's the best thing in the world. I wouldn't do that with those.
No.
But those, it's a little wiping and a little 3M oil in them when the mechanism gets gunky, and they work just fine. But you're absolutely right. The $4 or $5 cheap plastic ones that are the open cutters like Scott has in plastic, they're great. They work for a considerably long time before they break down.
I would also put Scott's. I couldn't see because it was your hand. I put Scott's on the same level as these. They're They're nicer than the little $2 ones you get at they got it. You can pick them in a color. You can get them in style you like.
Oh yeah.
But anything beyond this or that, at that point, it's to me, it's like, no offense, it's like the fancy watches. If you're into that and you want the cool. The accoutrements, but if you just need something to cut the end of the cigar off, you don't need to spend $80 on a cutter.
Well, see, here's where I am with that. The plastic cutters are okay. The problem is, and you'll be able to tell as you start cutting cigars, if they start squeezing the cigar, it's time to throw that out and get a new one.
Yes.
Do not let it last. It's not going to last forever.
Unless they're self-sharpening, they'll dull and they'll start crushing your cigar, and it becomes a world of hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I add? You don't need fucking scissors. You
No.
don't need the cigar scissors.
No, cigars, believe it or
Unless you
not.
own a cigar shop and you want to give off the vibe, you don't need cigar scissors.
I'll be honest with you. I have a set of the Cigar cigar scissors. They work great for a time. And then they start crushing your cigars. And when they start crushing your cigars, you have two options. Throw it away and buy another one, or send it back to Cigar and they'll sharpen it and reset it, and they're going to charge you for that. But nonetheless, I agree with you. Cigar scissors are pointless.
If you are going to splurge on a cutter, get the little desktop 4-cut one. Mm-hmm. I love those.
Oh, there you go.
You have like, what, 2 of them? 3 of them?
I have
8
2
of them?
Yeah. Okay. The three of us have one of these. I'm not going to name the brand. Probes for reading humidity of your cigars.
Yes, we do.
Do not waste your money. Mine don't work.
Yeah, mine's hit or miss too.
So mine's very hit or miss. And that's $100 and something that you don't need to spend.
I just use one of those garden probes that tell you if the soil's wet.
Right?
If it's green, the cigar's good.
If your
Don't do that
humidor is
when carrying.
properly seasoned and it's holding its humidity, you're going to be fine.
And there's nothing you can't. Usually my test is, yep,
Squeeze it.
Yeah.
it's not crunching and it's not squishy. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, back to humidors for a minute.
Okay.
One of the worst things you can do is rely on that analog hydrometer that comes with the cigars. They're cheap, they're not calibrated, and they're garbage. This is where I agree with them. Spend some money, go digital. One of my favorite brands, and this is my favorite brand. Again, we're not paid sponsorship for these. This is the one I bought. They're called Govies. You can get them through Amazon. It's about $80. It fucking Bluetooths to your phone. You don't even have to open your humidor. You just open the app on your phone. You can see what temperature your humidor is at. You can see what humidity it's at.
That's funny
Simple.
as hell. I just bought 2 of those the other week.
Right?
Yeah, I haven't cracked them open and put them in the humidor yet, but it's funny you mentioned those because I was like, this is pretty neat.
Yeah.
Got them off of Amazon.
Right? Now, again, I'm going to disagree with the author a little bit on the next one. Okay? Let's talk lighters. Should you splurge? If you want to.
Yeah.
I have found the workhorse of the lighter is either going to be a Cigar Firebird. There's another brand. It's a cheap plastic lighter. Usually costs you $10 to $15. Anthony's got one right there.
Jetline.
Jetline is the other one.
Oh, yeah, Jetline's
So-
great.
Truebine.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're branded True Burn.
Yep.
Are those? I can't. Is that the little ones they keep on the counter?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those.
Typically $20 or less.
Yeah. They're workhorses. Are they going to fail eventually? Sure.
Sure they are.
But I cannot tell you the amount of time I have spent a large amount of money, $100+ on a lighter, and I end up fidgeting with them or taking them back to the proprietor and going, hey, this isn't working, adjust it. If you find a cheap, inexpensive lighter that works, that's plastic or more metal and plastic, who gives a shit as long as it lights your cigars when you need it to go click?
Okay, caveat here. This does not matter as much as the fuel you put in your lighter.
Also true.
I don't care if it's $150 or $9.99 one you get at the shop. Be sure you're putting in good fuel for cigars.
99.99% pure or better.
Right.
And the Ronsel fuel, sorry, I'm calling that brand out. I really don't care. That is the worst thing you can do.
It's dirty fuel.
It's dirty, and it will gum up your lighters, and they're not repairable, and then they're trash. I will say this. I will own 3 DuPonts by the end of the year. I have 2 right now. That is the only line that you must buy their DuPont fuel. There's a reason for it. It's nearly 100% pure fuel, and their receivers are not universal. They're designed for a specific type of fuel. If you want to own a DuPont, great. I happen to like them. Have you all ever seen me take my DuPont lighter out of my house?
No.
Nope.
Never. They don't leave my house. I don't want somebody purloining my lighter at a cigar shop. But a lighter is your choice on what you want. You know, we've all got lighters in our collections that are sums of money. We've all got lighters in our collection that are $10. The lighter, in my opinion, is not as important as its reliability. Its cost is not as important. Its reliability is more important than that.
And you can get very nice looking lighters that aren't $100.
Right?
Like
Yes.
That we have the technology. Like similar to the closed back cutter that Greg and I are using. This what did I say? This Jetline one. They come in a bunch of different colors, a couple different styles, but they have the same basic torch mechanism that honestly that's what you want to be using anyway, unless you like soft flame. And then that's the other nice thing. You have a torch lighter, you have a nice soft flame lighter. Maybe your friend gets you one for your birthday, but you don't need to spend $100 on a lighter just because you know the guy at the shop said you should.
Right.
Yeah.
And here's another thing with lighters. Do not, as best you can, leave them in your car. If you live in an environment such as we do here in Sacramento Valley or in, the desert or the hotter, humid climates, you don't want to leave your cigars your lighters in your car if you can. They usually will pop the seals on them, and then they're basically bricks.
Yep. People forget these are little pressure vessels.
Right.
You got to be careful.
And do not take those motherfuckers on an aircraft unless you're willing to get them taken.
Well, yeah.
But, this article, if you do want to read through the whole thing, will be available at LumaCigarCartel.com under the Cigar News link. So you can link to Cigar Press's website and take a look. I recommend, yes, we have our own news section, but, we're not the be-all, end-all. Go look around. Check everything out. The best thing you can do is find out more information on it. I, in fact, wrote an article for our website that published Sunday, so 2 weeks ago, based on when this recording comes out, and it talks about retrohaling. If it's something you want to try and learn, My article may not be the best thing for you to learn on. I'll say that up front now. But it talks about why retrohaling is important, what experience changes. Your taste buds in your mouth are not the only way to experience a cigar. The olfactory senses in the nose play a huge role. I, at one point, was able to retrohale. I have somehow forgotten how to do it. It ends up in a coughing fit for me. But you'll see me a lot of times, I'll take a puff, I'll blow out, and then I'll pull the smoke up to my nose and inhale lightly.
That's my preferred method to do it, because kind of like you, I'm about 50-50 if I can retro. If it gets a little too far down the throat, it turns into a cough.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that little breathe out and just re-inhale, yeah, it's the number of times that I've been smoking a cigar do that, and I'm like, oh, this is different. This is a completely different vibe now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of takes away from my enjoyment because I get paranoid just for that reason that it's like, okay, is it worth it? For me, no. I've done it a few times, but...
There he goes.
But
I do it very passively. It's not like on everyone I'm going, you know.
But there are some people that retrohale every puff because they feel it, and that is each to own. But, you know, everybody's got to find their right methodology and how they enjoy it, you know. And... The if you get a little smoke in your nose, and you'll know immediately the strength of the cigar, number one, and because the stronger the cigar, the more it's going to give you the fizz up there. But the other beautiful thing is I think you get flavors that are not present on the tongue.
I could go with that.
So if it's something that you want to learn, there are several great YouTube videos out there. Again, I'm not paid to say this, but Terrence Riley over at Anargosa has a beautiful Cigars 101 section with a lot of the details about how to smoke cigars and things like that. They're great videos to check out, and you know, it's one of those where, you know, I'm trying to put together ours. It's a slow process, but you know, it's an experience. It's something everyone should try.
Retrohale is a hard thing for a lot of people to do.
Yeah.
Consistently. I tried for a long time to get better at retrohale, and I finally gave up for a couple of reasons. One, because you can get the coughing thing going, and two, I found from my personal experience, I can get more information, if you will, doing like Anthony described or Greg just said, where you exhale the smoke out of your mouth and then breathe in deeply through your nose. That's what your nose was designed to do to begin with, is to draw air in through it to pick up scents, you know. I think that for me that just works better.
Yeah.
Than trying to retrohale.
The couple times I've tried to do it, the method that I've found worked for me is take a little bit of smoke in your mouth, breathe out through your nose, and let your mouth relax a little bit so you're not holding that negative pressure, and naturally a little bit of that
It'll
smoke
pull it through a little bit.
Like a chimney flume. It'll pull just a little, and you'll feel that little bit of a tingle. You don't want to get too much because that's your reaction will be like, you know, to re-inhale and sneeze or cough. But try it. Just do it a very tiny little bit and see if you can get that little bit to go through. And if you like it, try to hone that skill. If not, do, you know, the exhale and breathe it back in, or don't do it at all. Just smoke your cigar and enjoy it. Whatever.
Right. And one more thing too, separate subject. We got a comment on YouTube the other day, more directed at you and I, Scott.
Okay.
And one of our listeners had heard that you and I were on the GLP-1, and they were considering doing it.
Yeah.
So just to give you a little update, and forgive me, I can't see the comment right off the top of my head, but I know it was there because I replied back to it. I'm coming up on 12 weeks on it now, down 31 pounds, started at 331, now hovering right about 300 to 299, depending on the day. I can't say it's been a bad thing. The suppression of the appetite is severe. It's to the point now with the dose I'm on 7.5 ml. I don't want to eat at, or 7.5, whatever that works out to, 75 cc. I don't want to eat at all. I'm having to force myself to eat. And there's a couple things I have figured out. One, you got to drink a lot of water when you're on this because you'll dehydrate, because you don't want to eat, you don't want to drink, you don't want to do anything. It does dampen your desire, not just for food. So I find that things that were normally really exciting or really fun for me are kind of now. Cigars also being one of them. It hasn't changed my ability to want to smoke. I still smoke on a daily basis, but I noticed that sometimes it's not the experience that I was used to. It's not permanent, thank God, but it is something to think about. And then, you have to make sure you're eating a lot of protein, because one of the things I've been noticing I bought a scale that measures obviously my fat ass, but it also measures muscle mass and things like that. Well, I had to increase my protein intake even more than I thought I had to, because am I losing weight? Yes. But I started seeing my skeletal muscle mass go down rather rapidly. And once I started consuming a lot more protein, that started to come back up again. So those are a couple things to think about. And, there are a ton of different ways to get it. My personal advice is, if you don't have a medical professional that you can lean on to answer questions and help you out, I happen to, and I'm hoping to get him on the show so we can talk about it more in depth. But if you're doing it online where you're not getting a lot of support in that, you're going to have to do a lot more reading and a lot more research from quality sources, because there's a lot going on. I'm not having any side effects per se, but it's one of those that there's a lot to think about, and I think a medical professional is a better way to do it.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's going to affect people in different ways. Now, Greg mentioned the cigars. The desire for cigars hasn't touched that. My thing right now is I take mine on Sunday evening. That way, you kind of duck any side effects that might come about, because you'll be asleep, so you won't experience the nausea or the headaches necessarily. But when you first take it, those food voices are gone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fine. But then it's around Friday and Saturday, the food voices start coming back.
Yes, they do.
And you're like, man, now, I'm jonesing for some chips, or, you can eat a little bit more. So you got to be careful. But like I said, it affects people in different ways. And the best way to go about this is to get with a medical professional. Mine, for instance, I got the GLP-1 where my insurance covers a major portion of it because I have sleep apnea, because Zepbound has now been approved for the treatment of sleep apnea.
Yep.
And they're finding out all sorts of things about the GLP-1s. I mean, for things like drug use, it can actually tap down, like you were saying, it kind of knocks out the pleasure center of the brain a little bit. The only thing I've seen is just, it calms down the food voices. I used to be able to, I used to drive by a donut shop and say, ooh, what would be good? Now I just, whatever. I'm not interested.
So that's a little update for you on that.
All right.
And, the other thing, too, to mention is for those of you that have reached out about the med kits, we will be getting back to those of us that have reached out. Don't reach out anymore, because it's actually become a bigger headache to ship than we wanted to. So those of you that have reached out, Larry and I will be getting back to you shortly. Other than that,
maybe next, because we're going to try to do this every year, maybe next year when we have a little bit more lead time and I see how it works from the troops' end, maybe we can get something set up in the off season so we're ready for it next year. But yeah, thank you all for your enthusiastic support. But now that we're looking at how this works from our end and how it would have to go through either Greg or my dad to get it to you guys, it's a little bit more of an involved procedure than we expected. So.
It might also be better next year in terms of, too, where we can actually have a link through LumasCigarCartel.com and go about it that way.
Maybe.
So we'll have to figure out the logistics of it.
But I'll totally sell them to you guys.
Yeah. We'll get it
Right on.
We'll get it figured out.
So there's no mechanics as far as drop shipping goes?
There is not.
Okay.
The way it works is the troop will send in, the scouts will go sell them. They turn in their order forms. We make a master list of what we need. We send it to the company. They send us big boxes of stuff, and we go, okay, Timmy, you have 2 of these, 5 of these, 6 of these, 4 of those. There's your list of people that bought them. Go get it back to them.
And you distribute.
So
okay.
what would have to happen is Greg, Larry, or I, or some combination of 3 of us would get a big box of shit that you all ordered, and then it's incumbent upon us to ship them to you, which again, based on the copious amounts of support we have already received, further lengthening that list will become taxing.
Right.
For this go around. But if you are curious, the company is called Right Response. If you have a youth group in your area looking for a fundraiser, so far we have been very happy with the onboarding process and the simplicity of how it's worked so far. So
Awesome.
And
Nice.
we're only our second full week into since we handed out the order forms. So yeah, thank you, and maybe next year we will figure something out. But it's a lot.
One thing I want to mention, I don't think it's too self-interesty, but Saturday night, now this will be out by that time, so it would have passed, but Saturday night in Auburn, Sabado Gigante. Come on now. Celebrating my birthday, which is this Thursday. Well,
55?
last Thursday. No, 57.
Oh, my.
Yeah. So,
I say this with all love, and I actually do genuinely mean it. Halfway to dead, 114, that'd be a nice way to go for you.
shit, halfway to dead my ass. Maybe 2/3, maybe. Halfway.
Come on, be positive.
4/5.
I would have said a few weeks ago at the rate that I drink, but not drinking as much. So maybe I can tack on a few years.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. And being that I'm not 300 pounds of biscuit dough anymore.
Getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the other thing, too, to mention. You have to work out.
Yeah, you do.
You got to lift. You got to do something. Even if you're doing body weight exercises, you have to do something. Just saying.
Yeah.
And for people like me that hate it, because I firmly believe what Rich, who used to work at the shop, used to say, exercise will kill you, and I firmly believe that. I hate it. But
Exercise will kill you, but being fat will kill you faster.
amen, brother.
Damn right.
Hey, Scotty,
Yo.
on the plus side, man, you're 399 in dog years.
Gee, thanks. I'm practically a sage.
Saint Robinson coming to see you, Saint.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
Sage, not
Is
saint.
there more cigar news?
No, I've run every course of everything I had.
I need some words of wisdom, some assistance. You guys know this, but the audience don't. Last Friday, not this it'll be like 2 or 3 Fridays ago for the audience once they hear this. The venerable Boat Boy reached out to me. Boat Boy and his lovely fiancée, Tasha, announced their nuptials. I will be witness to the nuptials, and the other witness, Daniel, one of Boat Boy's friends, Zach, came up with the very last minute idea to do a 3-day cruise to Ensenada for the groomsmen, which is me, Daniel, and Zach. So I will get to go on my first cruise. I got my passport coming in the mail, and if anyone knows we haven't really planned what we're doing. We got plane tickets and boat tickets, and we're gonna figure it out when we get there. But what to do in Ensenada? If there's anything we should hit up in the 6 hours we got off the boat.
Well, if you want to send Anthony some information, info at LoomisCigarCartel.com.
I think we have at least one more recording before I boogie on out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that'll be
Hit him
fun.
up.
If anyone's taking the Royal Caribbean cruise to Ensenada on the weekend of June the 12th, don't find me.
Okay, I'll give you a piece of advice right now because I've been on several cruises.
Mm-hmm.
For the shore excursions,
Yes.
do not use the ones that are at the port that are not associated with the cruise, because here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you get stuck on a boat-sponsored excursion,
You're stuck on it.
no, the boat will wait for you because it's associated with the boat. Now, if you do one of the private ones, they are cheaper, but you're kind of rolling the dice because the boat will not wait for you.
Yep. Because they don't have a record of you being on.
Oh,
one.
no.
Yeah.
They don't have a record of where you are. They just know you're off the boat, but they're not going to hold up the boat for you.
The fortunate thing is because both Zach and Daniel went through Cal Maritime and have done their cruises and did ports of call. They know the spiel. They know it's like, hey, if the time to get back to the boat's 5:30, we're back at the boat at 4:30.
Right.
That way, if something happens on that in that time getting back to the boat, we have an hour cushion to not fuck up anything. I don't think we're planning to do anything crazy. We're probably just gonna walk. I think has anyone been to Ensenada?
I've been to Ensenada, but I don't remember what.
We'll do that.
Was.
They've done a lot of updating the city center and making it a little bit more tourist. Not that
Yeah,
it
a
wasn't
lot more
tourist
gun
friendly.
turrets, shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll probably hit that boardwalk that's right there by the port and then go into the city center. Basically, I told him it's like if we just walk around and eat tacos all day, I am so okay with that.
Yeah.
But we looked a little bit. There's some cool shit to do. It's just how far away from the boat do we want to get?
Right.
Right. As long as it's sponsored by the cruise line, you're fine. So if your Jeep or something gets stuck and you're like an hour and a half out, then they're going to wait for you.
And the nice thing is Daniel, because he got us a discount through his work with Royal Caribbean. So I think my cut of the balcony room ticket we're sharing is $500. Like we got it at the package for way cheaper than.
Nice.
Like I asked my dad, like, is this worth doing? He's like, you will never go to fucking Mexico for cheaper again. So you might as well take advantage of it.
Unless you're being deported.
Well, yeah.
And as your dad said on when we were at the Cigar Lounge on last Thursday, stay in the green zone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to be running distance from that fucking boat.
Yeah.
Anthony, run.
Go ahead.
Anthony, run.
I saw him run once.
I'm trying to give off poor white boy vibes, so I'm not a target. Go kidnap the rich women over there. The loud rich ones. No, like we already decided we didn't get the full, alcohol and Wi-Fi and pre-plan. I don't think we've pre-ordered any of like the shore excursions or like. If we want a drink, we'll pay the $8 to $10 for a drink or two. We're not going to buy the wristband that gets us. Daniel did the math. Like unless any of you are going to drink 8 drinks a day,
Not going the full Robinson, huh?
not worth. Well, it's just not unless you're going to drink 8 to 10 cocktails a day. The extra charge for the alcohol is not worth it.
Shit, 8. Oh, as soon as you get on the boat, Elver, you're going out of Long Beach, right?
Yes.
As soon as you get onto the ship, put your phone in airplane mode because it will switch over to the ship and you will get charged
You'll
like
get
a motherfucker.
You'll get charged regardless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've already had the double checks. Literally, our plan is get on the boat, sit on the pool deck, walk around, drink some drinks, check out Ensenada, come back. We fly back to the Bay Area. Daniel and I are going to stay the night in the Bay Area, and then the next day is the courthouse nuptials. So it'll be a little 5-day wedding party.
Sounds like fun.
cool.
It's going to be fun, and
Nice.
I'm happy for Boy and Tasha. They're a lovely couple.
I had the privilege to do that, and I really, with a coworker as the witness, and I really enjoyed it. It's just a courthouse or a county registrar wedding is just, it's so much calmer, it's so much smoother, and it's so much cheaper.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I think the plan's literally do the cruise, come back, go eat dinner, wake up the next morning, do the wedding, and I'll be back home by Tuesday night. And it's like, cool. I don't have to rent a tux or get a suit or RSVP to a venue or any of that crazy nonsense.
Yeah.
Good times.
Well, Zach, Tasha, congratulations from all of us.
Congratulations.
All right. I'm thinking, well, you know what? Before we go, final notes on the cigar.
This is one I definitely had in my rotation.
Oh,
I mean, this is
absolutely.
great.
Yeah, this
What was?
is really
Did we
nice.
talk price point on these?
I don't know what the price point is. I could have looked that up, but I didn't. But outside of the state of California, I think this is going to be an under $10 cigar.
Oh shit. Okay. Hell yeah.
I mean, My Father lines are typically outside of the 3 highest taxation states, being New York, Vermont, and a third California. I think you're looking at $10 to $15 on an average for My Father cigars.
Yeah,
They're
for
very reasonable.
Most of My Father's stuff.
Don't stop
I
believing.
don't know what happened there.
You stop believing.
Apparently.
Nice. All right. Anthony, take me home. All right. As you can see, my cigar is to the nub. It is definitely box worthy, so by all means pick up a My Father, what's the name of this?
Le Bijou 1922.
Le Bijou. Ah, yes. Be sure to get your hands on those. They are fantastic. And I'm not drinking. I'm just drinking water, so I guess it's about that time. So I want to thank you for joining us on this episode, and on behalf of all of us, Anthony, Larry, and Greg, and myself, thank you for listening. Check us out at LumaCigarCartel.com. Like and share us on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram.
Real quick,
Yeah.
please do share us on Facebook. They've stopped recommending us, so the only way we're going to get out there is if you share it on your page to all your friends that are cigar smokers. So please help us out, like and share.
Yep. And hey, let us know you're out there. Info at LumaCigarCartel.com. I'm Scott Robinson, and again, on behalf of all of us, we look forward to chatting with you on the next episode. But until then, stay healthy and safe, and good smoke, good drink, and good life. We'll see you.